Before we begin today's service, would you please turn off your cell phones or electrical devices? Today's service will be live streamed from Hawaii Buddhist Council's YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's free and you will receive a notice for uploaded video. Morning, happy Buddha Day. We will now begin the Buddha Day sponsored by Hawaii Buddhist Council. Buddha Day service is annually observed on the first Sunday in April in celebration of Buddha's birth in the Bine Garden in Nepal, more than 2,500 years ago. Today, we are very fortunate to have Dr. George Tanabe as our guest speaker, and also a very talented storyteller, Mr. Jeff here, and a great violinist, Miss Leslie Klein. Right after this service, they will present Jataku tales, which are Buddhist teaching tales in which Buddha appears as an animal with life stories. Also, we will have refreshments prepared by Jodo Mission members at Social Hall, and hospitality by tea offered by Chado Rustenki Tapo Kai Hawaii Association. Bishop's procession. Today's service is officiated by Bishop Kosen Ishikawa, HBC President, and attended by Bishop Kanjun Kawawata of Higashi Honganji, Bishop Eric Matsumoto of Honpa Honganji, Bishop Clark Watanabe of Koyasau, Shingon Mission, Bishop Shogun Tanaka of Tendai Mission, Bishop Shokai Kanai of Nichiren Mission, and Reverend Suji Komagata of Soto Mission. Procession will be led by Reverend Tanabe. Higashi Honganji Mission, Bishop Kanjun Kawawata. Honpa Honganji Mission, Bishop Eric Matsumoto. Koyasan Shingon Mission, Bishop Clark Watanabe. Jodo Mission of Hawaii, Bishop Kosen Ishikawa. Tendai Mission of Hawaii, Bishop Shogun Tanaka. Nichiren Mission, Bishop Shokai Kanai. Soto Mission of Hawaii, Reverend Shuji Komagata, representing Bishop Shugun Komagata. We will now begin the offering by representatives of the various HBC temples. Higashi Honganji. Sandy Yoshikuma and Shigeru Munano. Oh, this is right. Foma Hoganji, Russell Nonaka, Wendy Harmon. Jodomission Ahoy, Daryl Masaki, Honori, and Tokone Shinozaki. Where's Shingon Mission? Mrs. Alice Watanabe. Nichi Mission, Claire Miyoshi, Ariyoshi, and Pete Nagai. Soto Mission, Aika Yoshida, and Sosu Yoshida. Tendai Mission, Kami Kaneshiro, and Lei Kaneshiro. I am so very sorry that we missed the prelude where the choir is going to sing Where Oh Where. Thank you very much. Very nice. Would you please rise, if you are able to, for Vandana to Sarana. You may be seated. Invocation by Officiant Bishop Hilton.
Invocation for Hanamatsuri Buddha service. Let us reverently reflect upon the significance of Hanamatsuri, the celebration of the Buddha's birth. Queen Maya of Kapilavastu conceived the sacred baby after dreaming of a white elephant entering her womb. On the 8th day of the 4th month, the child appeared in this world as a flower garden of Rumi. The baby took 7 steps forward and pointing to the heavens and earth, declared, "In the heavens above and on the earth below, I alone am the world honored one." In that moment, the heavens and the earth rejoiced, and wondrous flowers and sweet nectar rained down. For his natural dignity, the baby was named Siddhartha, which means the one who has accomplished a goal. True to his name, he achieved his goal of enlightenment and became the Buddha. Thereafter, he taught the Dharma to lead people away from suffering and enrich their minds. Today, we arranged a hanamido, a flower altar, to offer flowers and pour sweet tea on the baby Buddha to express our deepest reverence and gratitude to him. We sincerely ask the Buddha to protect and guide us with his great compassion by reverently presenting this invocation on the second day of April in the year of 2023.
We will now have sutra chanting from Mokoge, led by HBC President Kosen Ishikawa. Offertory collection will be done during this sutra chanting. Offering of sweet tea by bishops of each denomination are Higashi Honganji Mission, Bishop Kanjun Kawata.
節欲増苦毒教漢目で我根漢目所如来上智上苦毒五毒主上両力上所如来上師慶州大聖法天上天下両即上大道行為不俗に安欲如来上師我根漢目所如来上智上根苦毒主五種主上両力上所如来上師慶州大聖法天上天下両即尊我道行為不俗に安欲如来上師我根漢目所如来上智上根苦毒主五毒主上利上所如来上師慶州大聖法天上天下両即尊大道行為不俗安欲如来上
Mission of Hawaii, Bishop Jose. High Mission of Hawaii, Bishop Shogun. Please rise. Please rise. You may be seated. Recession of the bishops and ministers. We will now have the welcome address by HBC President Bishop Kosen Ishikawa.
Good morning and hello. Thank you very much for joining our Hawaii Buddhist Council Anniversary celebration. I'm so happy to welcome you here at your mission to celebrate this great day of Buddha's birthday together with you. Just a few words, but my sincerest appreciation goes out to all of you who took time to gather together here. Today's service is like unfinished business from the past 3 years ago, just before the pandemic in February 2020, when we had a general meeting and New Year's party at a Chinese restaurant. Dr. George Tanabe first introduced Mr. Jeff Beer, a very talented storyteller, at the meeting. We expected Mr. Jeff's performance in the near future. At that time, we were not involved with the pandemic yet, and we never imagined that COVID would continue for such a long time. Though COVID is still going on, but now, we are so grateful to have this celebration. Speaker Dr. Tanabe, Jeff here, Leslie Klein, bishops, ministers, representatives, and everybody, and of course, Opa Unga's choir, we are getting back to normal again. Before COVID, in-person gathering was very normal. We took it for granted. But after the experience in this pandemic, we are very mindful of this precious gathering opportunity. I think this is what we call arigato or arigatai in Japanese. Arigatai literally means this opportunity is very difficult and it's really rare to have this opportunity. In my understanding, arigato means it's miracle to live in this moment. Speaking of miracle, I'm good at showing the miracle. Okay, please watch me very carefully. I'm showing a miracle. Okay, are you ready? I'm showing the miracle. Okay. Okay, now. Did you see? Did you see it? Did you see? Okay, one more time I show you the miracle. The pens fell down. Pen dropped. What a miracle! You know, we just get used to this miracle of gravity. We get accustomed to this gravity. We take it granted, but this is nothing but miracle. Another miracle I'm going to show you. I am standing. Did you see? I'm standing. What a miracle that I am standing. We get so used to this miracle, we don't think it's miracle, but this is nothing but miracle. And this is what means arigato, thank you. So I truly appreciate this precious moment, this miracle moment. Because it's so miracle, we can be humble. We can appreciate this moment. We can take good care of this moment. We help and love each other because this moment is such a miracle moment. I'm sorry, today is not my dumb time. And you know, we have a wonderful guest speaker, Dr. Jules Sarande. And I'd like to pass to introduction of our guest speaker to Mr. MC. But anyway, I truly thank you very much for your participation in this Hanamatsuri today. Thank you. Arigato.
Today we are very pleased to have Dr. George Tanabe as our Buddha Day message. And he's going to be talking about why we tell stories. Dr. Tanabe was born and raised in Wailua, graduated from Willamette University with a BA, Union Theological Seminary, a Master of Divinity degree, and Columbia University with a Master's and a PhD. From 1977 to 2006, he taught in the Department of Religion at the University of Hawaii and retired as Professor Emeritus. He currently serves as President of BDK Bukkyo Dendo Kyokai Hawaii and BDK Hawaii, BDK America Berkeley. His books about Japanese religions are published by university presses at Harvard, Princeton, and Columbia, and include Japanese Buddhist temples of Hawaii. Press. In 2012, the Japanese government honored him with the Imperial Order of the Rising Sun. He still lives in Wailua. Please welcome Dr. George Tanami.
Good morning. I want to echo Bishop Ishikawa's comments about what we had to go through with the pandemic and how happy and lucky we are. It's a miracle for us to be all here again. And as Bishop Ishikawa said, it was, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago when Jeff Peter and I met with the Hawaii Buddhist Council to talk about the possibility of putting on a program like we are going to today. And then the pandemic hit, we couldn't do anything. And so we're really happy to be able to do this finally after all these years of talking about it. And now we're finally going to be able to do it. So when people ask me these days, how are you doing? I say, I'm still standing. Now I'm going to say it's a miracle. But the next time I fall down, I'm going to say it's a miracle. Yesterday, I met with my old friend Charlie, who is this real tough guy, plumber, and we were just talking story. And he told me a story about how when he took his girlfriend to go out to dinner, and they went to a restaurant and they were sitting at the table, and then this older couple came in and sat down at a table, and throughout the dinner, this older couple kept staring at his girlfriend. And it kind of bothered them, and so Charlie said, finally I couldn't take it anymore. So I went up to the old couple and I said, why are you staring at us? And they said, oh, because your wife or your girlfriend, whoever she is, reminds us so much of our daughter. And we just lost our daughter in an auto accident. And so we're just staring at her because she reminds us so much of the daughter that we just lost. And Charlie was kind of, really sort of moved by that because he was going to be confrontational with the couple. But he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss." And then the woman said, "Can you do us a favor? When we leave the restaurant, can your girlfriend or your wife or whoever she is, can she tell us, bye, Mom and Dad?" And Charlie said, okay, yeah, I can do that. So he goes back to the table, and after a while, the older couple gets up and they leave, and Charlie's girlfriend says, "Hey, Mom and Dad, bye. Bye, Mom and Dad." And the older couple was so happy they left, and Charlie felt good about having done a good deed. So they finished their dinner, just pretty much right after the older couple left, and the waiter came. He brought 2 bills. And Charlie said, "Oh, I think there's a mistake. This one is for us, but who's this? Who's the second one for? The second check for?" And the waiter said, "Oh, it's for that that couple that just left. Your mom and dad." Charlie said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Yeah, we all heard you. She said, bye, Mom, bye, Dad." And they said that she's going to pay for her parents' dinner. So Charlie said, "Oh, no." So he ran outside, and he saw them getting into the car. He runs up. He's a tough car guy. He opens the door. Grabs the leg of the man and starts pulling him out. The guy's hanging onto the steering wheel. He's pulling and pulling and pulling his leg. Charlie's telling, man, I just worked so hard pulling his leg. Just like I'm pulling your leg now. This was yesterday, so then he said, April Fool. Okay. So why do we tell stories? Well, we tell stories to fool people, to deceive them. But we also tell stories to do the opposite, which is to tell the truth. And there's a famous story in the Buddhist Sutra about the burning house. And it's a story about, I'm sure some of you are familiar with the story, of this rich man who has a big mansion and he's coming home after work. And the house is on fire. And he realizes that his sons who are playing in the house are not aware that the house is on fire. So he has to get them out. He has to get them out quickly. And so he called up and he said, boys, I'm back. I have wonderful presents for you. I have a donkey cart, a horse cart, an ox cart, all of these wonderful gifts. And the boys hear the story and go, oh, wow. They run out of the house. And of course, he has no presents for them. And they're really disappointed. But the father says, but look at the house, it's burning. So I had to tell you a lie. I had to tell you a story in order to get you out of the house so that you guys wouldn't burn to death. So this is an example, it's a famous example from Buddhist scripture about how we tell stories. And there's a Buddhist word for it. It's called upaya or hoben in Japanese. And upaya or hoben are the kind of stories that we make up, not in order to deceive, but in order to help people and in order to tell the truth. So this story is about how stories can be used in the other way, and that is to tell the truth or to help people, not to deceive them. And there are many examples of how we do this. Of course, in our own day, we have a hard time between what we hear, right? Is it a conspiracy theory? Is it true? Is it not true? We don't know, but we do our best to try to find out or to be satisfied that the stories that we hear are true. So stories are tricky. They can tell the truth or they can deceive us. Now, we're here today to celebrate a very famous story, a story about the Buddha's birth. Bishop Ishikawa mentioned the basic facts. The Buddha was a prince. He grew up in this lavish, beautiful palace. His father was king. His mother was queen. And he had a very protected life. Everything that he wanted, he had. All the toys, all the food, all the clothing, all the friends. So there was nothing that he wanted for. Now, the story of his birth is, as Bishop Ishikawa said, his mother had a dream about a white elephant that entered into her and she became pregnant. Now, is that a fact? Is that how women get pregnant? Ladies, watch out what you dream about. No, it's a story. And on the surface of it, it looks like a story that is not telling the truth. And there's another famous story about a religious leader who was born of a virgin. Now, the boy, the baby, is born, and in this story, he doesn't get born in the usual way babies are born. He pops out of his mother's side. He lands on his feet, and he raises his right arm. That's the statue of the Buddha, the baby Buddha there at the moment of the birth. He raises his right arm, And he says, this is my last rebirth. This refers to the Buddhist idea, actually a Hindu idea as well, that we go through many lives. We are reborn all the time. We're born, we die, we're born again, we die. Over and over and over again. Birth, death, birth, death. And this is called samsara, the cycle of birth and death. And so we go through many, many different lives. Now, why do we do that? Karma is still imperfect. Karma is the moral quality of the record of all the good and the not so good things we have. And in this view, if your karma is not perfect, you will be reborn again. You get another chance to improve your karma, to live a better life than you did in your previous life. And hopefully over time, birth after birth after birth, you will become morally perfect. And then you will escape the round of birth and death, and you will enter into nirvana. And nirvana is that state of existence in which there is no suffering, there is no birth, there is no death. You have escaped from samsara, and now you go into the world of nirvana. That's what the baby Buddha is saying, predicting for himself. This is my last rebirth. After I die, I'm going to go to nirvana. I'm not coming back again. I'm not going to be reborn again into this world of suffering. I'm going to be free of that, and I will be in a state of total peace, satisfaction, happiness, quiescence, no suffering. So that's the significance of the baby Buddha holding his right arm up, announcing that this is his last rebirth. It is his prediction that he is going to be entering into the world of nirvana. Now, like everybody else, he had past lives. Many other lives in the past. And he lived it, died, reborn again, lived it, died, reborn again. And the stories that are told about his past lives are called Jataka tales. So the Jataka tales are stories about the Buddha in a previous incarnation, and often, as was mentioned, in the form of animals. But you can make your way up, from being an animal to being a human being and so on. And so these are stories about the previous lives of the Buddha before he became the Buddha, before he was born on that day on which he announced that this is my last rebirth. So what we're going to hear from Jeff Gear after this is some Jataka tales, stories about the previous lives of the Buddha. So these stories will have certain lessons that we can learn. These are stories that are not meant to deceive. These are stories that are meant to tell some kind of truth. Now, there is a great story about the Buddha's wife. Remember, the Buddha got married. He had a wife. And he's living in his palace. And he has a son. And he's not happy. Now, how can a guy who has everything that you ever want, all the wealth, all the pleasures, all the entertainment you want, not be happy? But that was, he decided one night that he had to leave the palace of pleasure and go out and find the secret to the problem of suffering in life. And long story short, he found it with this teaching or with this realization that by purifying, perfecting your karma over many lifetimes, you could then enter into the world of nirvana. The story from the Buddha's wife's perspective is very seldom told. I put yourself in her position. You're the wife of the Buddha. And he's been telling you, I'm just not happy. She's like, you're not happy. What do you mean you're not happy? And then one morning she wakes up and he's gone. He's left. He walked out on his wife. He walked out on his parents. His father wanted him to become the next king. Gone. He walked out on his son. He was not a family man. Put yourself in the wife's position. She is not happy. So he goes out and then he takes him some time, but he becomes a Buddha. And then one day he comes back. He comes back to the palace. And she's standing in the kitchen, looking out the window, and sees the Buddha. Now he is the great enlightened one, the awakened one that we celebrate today. And he has all of his disciples all around him, and they're like, oh, world-honored one, oh, great Buddha, the awakened one. And she is looking up going, are you kidding me? I know this guy. He walked out on me. He walked out on our son. He walked out on his parents. I know this guy. And then he starts coming towards the room where she is. And she's like, oh, what am I going to do? And Tom then says, may I come in? She says, I don't know. I don't know if I should let you in. You walked out of us. And then she lets it all out, all of her animosity, all the suffering that she went through. And here's the interesting thing. The Buddha walked out in order to find the solution to the problem of suffering in life, and in so doing, he caused tremendous suffering to his family, especially his wife. And she has not forgotten. So he comes back and he says, may I come in? She says, I don't know. But once you go back to your disciples, they like you. But finally she says, okay, come in. He comes in, he sits down. And then she does a remarkable thing. She unties her hair, long hair. She gets a bowl of water. She dips her hair into the water and she washes his feet. Washes his feet. And then she says, you caused us so much suffering, but I forgive you. It's a great story of forgiveness. But it's not coming from the Buddha, it's coming from his wife. His wife's name is Yasoda. And very little is known about her. And the story that I told you was made up. I didn't make it up. It's a 15th century story from Thailand. But, we don't know historically just exactly what happened. And so later Buddhists, thinking back, hey, what about the Buddha's wife? What about Yasoda? What did she feel? And the story is told about how she manages to forgive the Buddha, and therein lies a very important truth, very important lesson. Yes, people do us wrong. Yes, they don't do good things to us. And yes, we could go back and do the age-old thing. You hit me, I hit you back. You bomb me, I bomb you back. We've been doing this forever. The only thing that changes is the technology. We just become so good at how to kill people. But it's still the same old sentiment. It's like the old Dhammapada saying, hatred is never cured by hatred. Only love can cure hatred. Only forgiveness can cure that animosity. And so this is the story of Yasodhara and her forgiveness of the Buddha. Now, there's a woman, and ending my talk with an announcement. In Canada, she's a scholar of early Buddhism. She's an expert on Yasodhara. And she has written a novel. This is not a biography. Biography is fact. This is a novel. This is a novel about Yasodhara. It's called Yasodhara, the story of the Buddha's wife. And there she uses fiction. See, she's telling a story. She uses fiction to capture the feelings of Yasodhara, because in the history books, we don't know how she felt. But we can guess. And so what Vanessa Sasson, the name of the author, what Vanessa has done is to write a novel, fiction, to tell about how Yasodhara felt. So I interviewed her by Zoom. We're not doing Zoom these days, for the Hawaii Book and Music Festival a few months ago. And some of the people at Honkahomaji saw it, and they were really impressed by what Vanessa had to say. And so they're inviting her to come to Hawaii in October when Honkahomaji has the Futaba lectures, the annual lectures. And Vanessa Sasson will be the speaker, and she's going to talk about Yasodhara, the Buddha's wife. So let me end by just inviting you to participate in the Futaba lecture, which will be a hybrid. It will be a broadcast as well as having it in person. So thank you all for coming. It's so good to see everybody in person. It's so good to be able to actually see real bodies rather than some image on a screen. Although I must say, as Bishop pointed out, that we've learned some lessons from the pandemic. We've learned the lesson of how to value, really value the opportunity, the miracle of being able to stand in front of each other, and for me, not fall down, and be able to relate to each other in person. So thank you all for coming today, and we'll all look forward to Jeff Gear and his stories of the Japanese.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tanabe. That was very interesting. If you would please rise, if you're able to, for God's Happy Buddha Day. Thank you. You may be seated. We will now have a benediction by Bishop Clark Watanabe.
As we end this year's 2023 Hanamaziri service, let us be grateful for the peace, wise counsel, and wisdom that the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha brings to all of us. Let us also be mindful of the world of conflict, pain, and suffering that surrounds us. The Buddha urges us all to share the peace, wise counsel, and wisdom with those around us so that we can change this world to the world of compassion, peace, and wisdom. No one samnanda udananda. Namo dayo mokyo shu shatam.
This ends our Buddha Day service. At this time, we wish to thank the following: all the ministers here, all the bishops here, Bukyo Dendo Kyokai Hawaii, co-sponsor of the Jakarta sales. Dr. George Tanabe, president of BDK Hawaii, and also who was our guest speaker. Chabo Rasenke Tamkokai Hawaii, Association for Hospitality of Tea and Sweets at our social hall. Kimani's Club of Honolulu for parking attendants. Shriners Hospital for Children for sharing their parking lot. And especially Hompa Honganji Choir Director, Ms. Mari Murakami, accompanying us, Mr. Francis Okano. Thank you all for coming, for attending today's Buddha Day service, and thank you for all who participated in today's Buddha Day service. And those on the YouTube channel, please continue to stay with us. We will take a short break to prepare for the special presentation of Jataka scales. I'm sorry. By Jeff Gear and violinist Leslie Klein. Thank you.
10時45分。
So, 10 minutes break. Yeah.
There There will be a 10-minute break.
がいいと思います。
I shall live with
Hi, I have a quick announcement. I'm with the Buddhist, and please join us after Mr. Gear's presentation for tea, matcha, and he'll speak in the social hall. It's free, there's still tickets available, and don't worry, you do not have to sit on the floor, we have chairs. So please join us. Thank you.
No, I just got it. Yes, you feel me? You should be that. I guess it's the way to structure it. I guess when your brain's like, that's also pretty for good weather.
If you guys can,
Yeah.
we have.
Okay. Well, I guess all the ministers, but most of the ministers are coming from Ireland, so we picked them. All the ministers, I can see if Akima Sensei can pick up Tony Sensei. So that way I probably can arrange it.
Okay, actually, we can. We have a PDK card. I can tell. Yes, I space, and we have a
Okay.
we can give everybody what you need for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not sure that I gotta just.
Yes, I really do.
You're doing everything. Like Akima Sensei, Tony Sensei, Akita Sensei, and they're like, and then it's like, and so when I tell myself like that, but these ministers,
I'd say
who wants it in?
Follow up on that one.
It's a nice train. It's a 2.5 hour train.
Great. Okay, thank you so much.
You were smarter than I was. Probably had me always in your head. No. Scared of young people. We know how it's going. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, so,
So getting okay, okay. I'll send you an email. Okay, okay. I'm not sure. It'll probably be on Monday because one of the ministers working is the vice president. I'll let you know. Okay. But if I send you an email.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, okay.
You can make the arrangement.
Okay. Okay. I'll work on it. I'll talk with them and see if we can Zoom stuff. For the younger ministers, it's easy, but for the older ministers, what is my friend? I don't understand. That was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Again, it's just a matter of
Okay.
if you want to have lunch after restaurant,
Oh. Oh. Okay.
it's easy.
Okay.
And then you can have that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I'll send you an email.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I think I can.
Seems to be another.
Cord. Oh.
They got rid of it.
They are perpetual cleaners. They love you.
No, it was like a big table. They threw away one ago. Those
And,
things are valuable.
and you know how hard it was for us to get a light bulb for it? An extra light bulb and everything. Want another table?
What's so sacred about Sacred House if they don't check up on people through?
And now we did have it in the storage area where there were all those buttons, walkers, wheelchairs.
Oh, good.
He wants another table.
踏み台ちっちゃいって言われて、昨日使ったやつ持ってきて。
That was gonna, yeah, go to the side. That'd be better. Ready to go? Good. I think we're ready to do a show.
Does anyone know what this is? Does anyone know what this is? Secret. If you have one of those little cutouts, here's what we're going to do. This is while they're setting up the set. Are you listening? Yes. Are you listening? Yes. This is the participation part. Are you listening? Yes. Okay. If you have a cell phone in one of those little plates that I gave you, yes, thank you. And then you put the cell phone, get your flashlight out, right? But don't flash it in the eyes of the people that are looking at you. Turn on your flashlight. Now put the flashlight facing into the plate, and you'll see it'll create a shadow on the wall in front of you, or the seat, or the back of the person, or on your desk, whatever's in front of you. Now just for an experiment, move it around. Make the sound. Pretty good. It doesn't work real good. It's an experiment. It's not really very good. But don't turn on that. You'll put them on. You'll put these on when you're apart. Now, there's one other thing. One other thing for the story is that you put your flashlight. You put your flashlight down on your lap because it's a surprise, right? The next part is when it's your animal sound. When the animal comes up in the story, you'll want to make the sound of the animal that you have.
This does not happen in most Buddhist temples at the middle of a story. And that's what we're going to play with, because this is all for play, right? Let's introduce our violinist, Leslie Klein, and welcome her. She is the best sound person I know. She just reminded me, turn on your mic, Jeff. So now let's give a hand to Jeff here while he turns on his mic. Yeah. Well, that was a response. We have been waiting 2-3 years of affection to do a show for you. We are about to start Jollica Tales. A hand for everyone! Am I supposed to come on yet? Rabbit was walking along one day through the jungle, his home, and nowhere to get to and nowhere to get too fast. Beautiful day, clouds in the sky. Should I take the line? You know, on a day like this with nothing to do and nowhere to get to, that tree looks pretty good. I think I'll take a nap. Sky blue, nowhere to go to. Time to take a nap. Rabbit's little world was about to change very quickly. The sky is falling. The sky fell right. The world's coming on in. The world is. Run for your life! The sky is falling. The world is coming to an end. What did he say? Have you heard this story before? Never mind! I gotta run! The world's coming to an end! The sky is falling! The sky is falling! I'll do it in slow motion. You never did that before. Well, he soon came across. What happened to the flip? He soon came across. Chicken was just sitting around one other than, hey, here comes Rabbit. Oh, penny, penny, little chicken licking. You know what's happening? What's happening? The sky is falling. The world is falling apart. Run for your life. Run for your life. Run for my life. Run for your life. Hurry up, the sky is falling. The world's falling apart. Hurry up. Go. Now here's the part we can practice. When the rabbit ran, the rabbits ran behind. You have rabbits. You know what you do. Turn on your light, pull out your little rabbits, and start making shadows all around. The rabbits make it sound like this. Come on. And you go around. And when the rabbit ran, the chicken scared. And the rabbit said, and the chicken,
They all ran together. Well, that's not the end of the story. Because they were running along. Hey, rabbit. Oh, monkey. The sky is falling, the world is falling apart. Run for your life. Run up. Boom, boom. Swing low, swing chariot. Swing, just go, you're gonna do it. Oh. And it was just when the monkey starts to run, and the chicken starts to run, and the rabbit starts to run, and they all start to run down the road. This is what it looks like. You're a monkey. And the chickens, oh, good chickens, I hear the chickens. And let's hear now what happens. And the chickens, and the monkeys. Monkeys are loud. And the chickens are there too. And the rabbits. Rabbits are quiet. Well, that's not the end of the story, unfortunately. Because there was all fussing. What's happening? How come everybody's making that noise? Oh. What's up, Brandon? The sky is falling, the world's falling apart, everything's going to heck. You just gotta run. Run, save your life. Run, save your life. And the rabbits started to run, and the chickens started to run, and the bulls started to run, and the monkeys were swinging in the trees, and it was just a crazy time. It looked like this. Come on, you guys. The bulls. Louder. And the monkeys. And the chickens. And the rabbits too. And the chickens. And the monkeys. And then the bulls. And then all of them at once. All of them at once. The world is exploding. That's not the end of the story. Because then a big shape started moving. Elephant, this world is coming apart. The sky fell on my head. It almost killed me. I heard about it from the boat. Well, why are you standing there? Run! You're gonna save your life. Let's go! Run for your life! Run for your life! Run for your life! I'll run for my life. And when an elephant runs, let me tell you, it's something to behold. It all starts like this. Ready for you, Elvis? Here we go. And the bulls were running. Bulls and the monkeys and the chickens and the rabbits and the elephant. And they all ran together and they were making a terrible ruckus. It was louder than that. The jungle was falling apart. Whoa. It was so loud it woke up the king of beasts, the lion. And when the lion wakes up, he leaps up on the rock. Let's try that again. Listen. Who's making all this noise, waking up the world? The sky is falling, the world is falling apart. I don't believe it. Who? Is it you, Rabbit? Yeah. I want to see where all of this went on. Show me the place where the sky fell on you. I want to see for myself. So the little rabbit started to lead all the animals back to the spot where it all began. Where are we going, Rabbit? Where are we going, Rabbit? Rabbit, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we? Is it here, Rabbit? Here, Rabbit. Yeah, there's a place right there. See? That's the sky. It fell on my head.
That's a mango rabbit.
Mango, 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 rabbit. Mango.
Rabbit, that's a mango.
He made a mistake, rabbit. He made a mistake, mistake. Rabbit made a mistake. All the animals walked away, saying, rabbit, foolish rabbit, foolish rabbit.
Well, you know, everybody makes mistakes, you guys. Don't be mad at me. Hello? You guys are mad at me. Anybody make a mistake? Even me. Hello?
And that's the story of the foolish rabbit. And the moral of the story, because the story has to have a moral, is that the next time somebody tells you that the world is falling apart and that the sky is falling, keep your mind open and your mouth shut. Look into it a little deeper and see if it's true. Chances are good it's just a foolish rabbit with a big, big mouth. You can open the blinds or turn on the lights in the auditorium set up for the next show. I don't have any reason. Too loud, okay. Did you turn it down? Okay. Now I know. Well, it happened one day. I was driving in my new car, an old car that somebody gave me. Somebody gave me a car, so it was a new car that even was an old car. You say, okay. Okay. My new car, I was at lunch, and I used to work as the drama specialist for the Department of Parks and Recreation. 30 years. And Annette goes, yep. I think it's money well spent. And one day, as every day, every week, we had a board meeting, a staff meeting, and I was at lunch and I looked at my, oh, I'm late to the meeting. Start my car. My new car came to life like a hot rod. On Cappy Loading Boulevard, coming from McCully. And I'm stepping on the gas and it goes, the gas gauge said half full when I got it. It said half full now. But I was out of gas. It was one of those hot, muggy days when you wonder, why am I punished? You got out of the car, I was instantly sweating. I had to reach through the window to turn the, I'm pushing the car, and I'm trying to reach through the window to turn the car to go around into McCully. The guy in the crosswalk with a broken arm says, hey, you got a problem? Oh no, I got it. We need some help. No, it's fine. It really doesn't. I'll help you, bro. Street and into the street. I'm soaking wet from sweat. He goes, you got a gas can? What? In your car, you got a gas? I don't think so. It's new. Well, you got $1? What? $1 for the gas. I live right over here. Go ahead and get a gas can. I'll get you gas, bro. I'll get you gas. No problem. He went away. I still got to go to the meeting. I'm still going to be late. I go across the street to the 7-Eleven. You say, I walk in there. I haven't got any money. I just gave it away. ATM machine. Wait in line. Hey, you're awful sweaty. Yeah. Why? I ran out of gas. Hey, the guy ran out of gas. I get to the ATM, $20 bills. I buy a stick of gum. Hey, that's a lot for gas. Yeah, I ran out of gas. I don't need change. You ran out of gas. Yeah.
I'm having a very nice day.
I'm walking out of the 7-Eleven. You know the kind of local Japanese boy? His t-shirt has been pressed, ironed. He has that baseball hat just so. Excuse me. Yeah? I can give you a ride to the gas station. Folks, come on.
Wow.
Nice guy, right?
Yeah.
I say, thanks a lot. His car is immaculate. He starts it up. He turns on the AC. Wow, I hit it. He goes, we're driving up. He goes like,
Well, what do you do?
I'm a storyteller.
What?
A storyteller, I tell stories to people.
You do that?
Yeah,
People pay you?
never enough. I had just had a woman come over and she said she's collecting stories for the Chicken Soup of the Soul of Hawaii. It's a book. She was writing and she wanted stories from the storyteller. I told her a bunch of stories. She said, they're not about Hawaii, they don't quite fit, blah, 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 blah. But they were on my tip of my tongue. You say, okay. So he goes, I go, hey, you want to hear a story?
I guess.
Here's the story, the first story. Man is running through the jungle. Man is running through the jungle because behind him is a tiger. You go like this. Man is running through the jungle because there's a tiger behind him. Then it comes to cliff. Man has tiger below. Man sees below, below. Man sees below. Another tiger. Everybody? Tiger below, behind. Tiger below. Tiger behind is closer. He jumps off the cliff. Catches a root out of the water. The root he's holding on to starts to slip.
Uh-oh.
What's this? A strawberry. Sweet.
I don't get it. What's that? What kind of story is that?
Oh, come on, man. Birth at one end, death at the other. We're in the middle, we're holding on to a root for our life, and the root is coming out of the wall. We're gonna die! But there are little moments that are sweet.
Oh, I get it.
Want to hear another one? Is it better than that one? It sure is. Fire! Fire! Fire was burning the jungle, the hotel jungle. The fire was burning the jungle. All the animals were running to the river, jumped in. I got out and watched the inferno that was burning their homes. It was a. What do you gotta do with your hands? Safety. Out of the inferno, the animals saw coming a little parrot. The parrot stopped over the middle of the river, not with the animals, he stopped in the middle and dove down into the water, filling his little beak with a little bit of water. Got it? He turned and flew back towards the flames and spit out that little beaker of water. Hit the flames, steam. You guys can do that. That'll be your part. He flew back, filled the beak, Back again. Spit out the meat and oh, that's just wonderful. Back again, food. Fill this meat. Back again, food. And oh, I like the hands too. Back again. Fill this meat. For the first time, the elephant spoke. Oh, little parrot, you're too little. You can't put out that fire. You won't even make a dent. Save yourself. Come over here to safety. Sit on my head. The little parrot did. Back again. Oh, you're good. Now it was the giraffe. Such a hero. You're trying to put out the fire all by yourself. You'll be burnt alive. 2, 3, maybe 5 more passes. You won't come out. You die. And my heart will break. My heart will break for love of your bravery. Save yourself. Come right over here. Stand on my head and save yourself. You can't make a difference. Please come over. This time it was the hyena. Think you're so brave, do you? Gonna put out the fire all by yourself. Oh, big bird, you are. Yes, sir. You're an idiot. You'll be burned alive. 2, 3 more passes, I won't see you again. And just between us, who will miss you? Not me. Chick, you'll lick it. You'll be burned alive. Now it was the lion's turn. And when the lion roars, you know how it is. She's so good. Just try again. Stop this foolishness. You're too little, you can't put out the fire. Don't even try. Get over here, I command you to stand on this bank with the rest of us and save yourself. I command you to come over here now. And for the first time, the little bird spoke. I don't need your scorn. I don't need your compassion. I don't need your advice, and I sure don't need your commandments. But what I need from each of you, right now is your help. Of course I'm too little. I can't put out the fire alone, but I can do what I can do. All of us together make a huge difference. If we just work together, we can save our home. So help me. Help me now. Or save your breath. Would you put your hands up, please? and the voice of the big God that lives up in the sky. The presence that is not the God that is the God that has no name, the name that no God name. The God that lives above and below and all down and down and down and down. What the name? The name. Big, 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 big. The big, 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 and to cry, cry, cry. And as the being above began to cry, tears turned to raindrops. And the raindrops fell overwhelming. The raindrops fell on the fire and put the fire out. And everywhere one of those drops hit the singed and burned feathers of that little bird, they fell out. And new feathers burst off the body of that little parrot. Like a cacophony, a plethora, a bouquet of flowers and colors, brilliant blues like the sky, yellows that sang, oranges that were swirling, golden colors, beautiful colors, all over that bird. The next time you're at the zoo and you see that guy with the parrots all over his arm, hey, you want a picture? You'll remember the story. And those bright colors on the bird's wings and feathers will remind you what the parrot needed and still needs from each of us as we face the flames that threaten our own home. The parrot needs our help. Alone we are little, together we are great. And we've got to get in and help. Sometimes, says the story, you've got to get off your butt, open your door, get in your car, get in the fight, get sweaty and tired, lend a hand, bend the back, add your voice. You've just got to make a better world. You've got to help. Right now. This is the strangest ride I ever given. Over here at the gas station. It's been a pleasure. I got out of the car and I bent over and said, you know, brother, I'm so touched. You didn't have to help me, but you did. You gave me your help. It was a pleasure. I get emotional. So there I was on a hot afternoon on McCully Boulevard at the gas station. I found that they had a gas can. I figured out how to pay for it, how to pay ahead of time, and then filled it up. It's a kind of weird top. So I've only got 2 gallons of gas in a can in the middle of the heat on McCully Avenue, and I'm walking like this. I got only 6 blocks to go. Window goes down. I can give you right back. Oh, cool. I go around the other side, I open my side of the door, my passenger side, make sure the gas isn't going to spill on it. Shut the door. I know. You just wanted another story. I was kind of hoping you'd have one. You did say that. This is the story of a good man. time, there was a good man. There was a what? Once upon a time, there was a good man. That's what we call. Well, the story man had a dream. Well, the story good man had a dream. He had a dream. The top of his house floated. He saw coming down from the high in the sky, an angel. It was a Buddhist angel, it wasn't a Christian angel. It's hard to discern a voice that comes from heaven right away. Excuse me, could you enunciate a little clearer? I think I understand. Diction is an important quality of speech. Oh, okay. I have come because of you are a good man. And then you wish. Oh, a wish from an angel that comes from above? I know. I wish to know the difference between heaven and heaven. Oh. That's a big word. Oh, say it. That is a big. Touch the hem of my robe. What would you do? You touch the hem of the angel, right? And he began to rise up higher. The house got smaller. The world got little. The stars began to swirl. The stars began to swirl. It went higher. He was afraid. Now listen, think about a dream. Why not? In the middle of the dream, in the middle of the night, the good man felt the sun on the back of his neck. He looked down. There was a beautiful scene. It was a daytime. He came touching down beautiful warm grass on his toes, butterflies, a parrot from the story before came flying. He thought the wind had a tune. He thought he heard something he recognized. What was that wind like? He said, "This has got to be heaven." Angel said no. He followed the angel over the hill, down into a valley, covered with a canopy of shade, of huge trees, really long tables with cloth on top, right? Real cloth, not plastic. Real cloth napkins, real silver plates of food, high back chairs lined in velvet. Mountains of food. People dressed just like us, looking sharp, as if they were going to a Buddhist celebration. They were talking easily. The angel went over to a gong, and he went, all the people sat down. He hit the gong again. All the people, including the good men, picked up the utensils of food to eat. You say, okay. This is where the story gets a little strange. Because suddenly, manacles, handcuffs reached up. Both wrists were bound to the table, and a collar came around the neck to hold it to the back of the chair. You could move. He looked to the right. There, a man had already gotten food, had already cut it, and was reaching the first fork towards his lips. He couldn't even lick the food that was on the fork. He looked to the other side.
There were two women talking easily, reached in, they were manacled, handcuffed, collared a whole bit. They cut the food, and when they brought it up to their lips, the last minute, they turned, there was enough left to feed their neighbor. They ate, they chewed, they talked, they laughed. They took another bite, they fed each other, they went on like that. Meanwhile, this guy didn't even see what was going on. This side. This side. And the man began to laugh. And when he started laughing, the other people in the table began to laugh. And then the whole room began to laugh. The angel came up laughing and hit him in the head. Knocked him right out of the chair. He fell back from his dream, back into his bed. Sat up, looked out his window, the sun was just coming up. He said, I see the difference between heaven and hell. It's the same place, except people in hell try to feed themselves and starve. The people in heaven take pains to make sure their neighbor is fed, and in turn they are nourished. So I said to my friend driving the car, so brother, if you've ever wondered what's the difference between heaven and hell, it has something to do with helping others. I think this is your car. I got out of the car and said, so if I understand the story, by helping me, you've brought us both closer to heaven. It's been a really interesting ride. Oh, by the way, sweet. Well, I put the gas in the car. I started up the car. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go. Well, something's on the windshield. I pull it out of the windshield wipers. The note read, good, put gas in the car. No problem, bro. Happy to help. Your angel with a broken wing. As I was driving to my meeting, the heat broke, the rain came down, and a double rainbow arched Capilani below. I got to my boss's meeting. She said, you're late. I said, yeah, but I got a story. Tell it. I told her the story I just told you. She said, okay, write it up. Send it to Price. People hear it on the radio. I did. They didn't. But I also sent it to the lady with the right? Who just come the day before. And she called me and she goes, Jeff, you're brilliant. All those little stories, you found a way to fit them all into Hawaii. All submitted to the Chicken Soup, so maybe it'll be in the book. You're brilliant. And of course I said, you're right. But the truth is, that really is the way of the things that happen on the day I ran out of gas. We have one more story for you. It's a shadow puppet show. So we have to shut the curtains and turn off the house lights. So you have to go. We all got to go sometime. I'm doing a show for you.
You can turn off the lights on the weekend. Yeah. The stag king and the human king. Once there was a king who was obsessed with the hunt. He would rise to ride across field and the forest to find game. He would stalk, hunt, shoot, chase, stab, bleed, and kill animals. Any kind of animal, all kinds of animals. He did it all day, every day. And at night he'd go home, behind him a cart full of the carcasses of his kill. There seemed to be no quenching the king's exhaustless thirst for the blood sport. The animals were petrified. The people suffered too. They were forced to stop their work and go deeper and deeper into the forest with drums to chase a thinner game towards inevitable death at the hands of the king. Finally, the hunt came to the very heart of the forest, to the banyan tree where lived the stag deer, the king of the animals. Kings, men beat the drums. The deer ran back and forth. There was no escape. The king raised his bow, aimed his arrows, stopped. He raised his hand, lowered his weapon. Everything froze. Because people could see coming out of the shadows, clear as day, a magnificent king. A huge stag deer. The deer came slowly, no fear, right into the king. Stopped. There was no sound and no movement. Finally, the king. Ah, you are the stag deer. You visited me in my dreams. I know you. How many days does a king need a king? Because of that, showing my generosity, I will grant you a gift. The gift I grant you is life. You may live. I will not harm you. Go in peace, but go, because I have a hunt to resume. The deer said nothing. Finally, he began to speak. No king can live and go aside and his people suffer. The suffering of the people is the life of the king. You have come here in order to kill. Well, kill me. Kill me first. Kill me now. Kill me, I insist. Kill me for the others. You sacrifice yourself for the good of the others. How noble! And I will reward your courage by giving this small herd clemency as well. They will not be killed by my arrows. Go in peace, everything is good. Now back to the hunt. It is a beautiful gift, but I cannot. I just saved you from death. Yes, but in our living, others will die. It means that the other deer will die. They will be murdered by you. I cannot accept it. This is a suffering. The suffering is too high. I will not accept it. Kill me. And kill me now. You actually choose death. I actually choose to confront your bloodlust for the blood. Stop the killing. What? Who knows when talks to me that way? I'll kill you right now. Look at the way you live. Everything you do creates suffering, fear, destruction, and death. No, I cannot tolerate it. You must stop. Stop this killing. I think I finally met someone who is not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die, but I am afraid to live a life which is without meaning. Think of it, Lord, you and I, right now, right here, under this tree together, we can do something magnificent, something spectacular, something that everyone will talk about for a long, long time. You and I can spare all of the deer. Show kindness. Give love. Let all of the deer be free from their love. All of the deer. I've never considered. You were a great teacher. Well, therefore I grant your wish. All the deer are free from the hunt from now on. I hope you are happy You're welcome. It's a beautiful gift. But I cannot help but think that the hunt, I wish it will go on. Will go on. What? Me, the other animals, the four-legged animals, I am thinking of them in your circle of love. Let them be spared from the hunt too. All of the animals? The animals? Never. You ask too much. That's absurd. Never. You ask too much. That's absurd. Never. No. Absurd? Too much? It's not too much. I watched your life. This is how you spend it. You chase after shadows in order to find happiness. Do you think that you can find happiness in this killing? No. Face it. You have rule over many people's lives. Well, rule over your own life and do better. Stop this killing. Admit your mistakes, correct your actions, and stop the murder of animals. I kill for food. You kill for sport. I must eat meat to live. You don't need meat to live. You want meat, and you want to kill. You want me to be a vegetarian. I don't care about your diet. What I care about is the release of suffering for you and for all of the animals and people around you. You must stop killing. Never. No one ever. I can't breathe. Dizzy. I see the pain that I'm causing. Oh, great teacher. I release all of the animals from my hunt. They will not be killed. Now are you happy? Now are you released from pain? Not quite. There is no release for one if it is not shared by all. What? What could you be asking? What is it now? What are the things you wish me to do? Oh, no. Not them too. The birds and the fish. How can I ignore their suffering if I do not speak for the silent ones who will? Release them from their killing. Or, of course, you could just kill the one who insists on making you see the consequences of your actions. What do you want from me? What is the vision? What is the end of all this game that you're playing with my mind? What is your vision, great teacher? My vision? I will tell you. What I see is that all humans and animals live together lives, together in peace and harmony. All the animals, all with claws and paws, all with hooves and horns, all slither and wither, all with skins and scales, feathers and tails, all that run and crawl, the ones that slither and burrow, all that sing and swoop and swim, all are precious. People of your love and protection. Protect the animals, Lord. I have never been so moved or challenged. The hunt is over. The killing stops now. Everything, everybody, everywhere is free of the hunt. Now have you got peace in your heart? Finally it has come. Finally peace in the land. Kindness reigns. Peace prevails. Yes, I have joy. Wait a minute. Excuse me, don't go yet. I got a little bit to say. They say I'm in for state, but the world is falling apart. Have you ever noticed there's a plastic continent floating in the middle of the ocean?
Everything's getting warmer. California, not the West, they do that. Not any farmers trying to grow anything like that. There's big problems. Anybody in Ukraine here? You know what I mean? There's big problems. The world is falling apart. There's big problems there. I didn't make it up. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? You got to make a mistake? No, that's not me. That's everybody. What do you think about that?
Did you not hear the stories of the great parent? Remember, what does he need from all of us? Everybody needs our help. Did you not hear the story of the foolish rabbit? Shut your mouth and figure it out. Did you not hear the story of heaven and hell? The same place, except the difference is helping others. You can change the world, little rabbit, that no one else can.
Me?
You can change the world and do your part. You over there, and that man in the back who's sleeping. Everyone together can make a difference. Nobody else can do it. All got a part.
I knew that. I can change the world. I'm going to change the world right now. I'm going to go home and I'm going to clean my desk. That's what I'm doing. Maybe before. Maybe I'll help my mom. You too? I knew that.
And that's a show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be kind on my guy over there. Let's go. And Mr. Jeff, tell me the story. What did you say about that? Happy Buddha Day, everybody. Give me some more hands for being glad enough to hear you. I'll go in peace and make it a better world. Aloha. Another man will go. Oh, can you collect